Hello, everybody, and welcome to another extreme episode of X-Men Mayhem. This episode, we talk X-Men Days of Future Past.
X-Men. X-Men.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to X-Men Mayhem. I am your host, Darien.
I'm your other host, Landon.
And today, we're going to get into our next movie in the X-Men watch through, X-Men Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put it out there now. This is, so far, this is my favorite movie. Yes, and we watched the Rogue cut.
Yeah.
We didn't watch the normal cut, which probably should have, but we watched the Rogue cut. So that's us coming at you with that.
I know we were a bit back and forth on it of which one to do, theatrical or Rogue, but we just thought like let's get the most complete version of the movie and go.
And it still
go
ends
off
the
of it.
same way, which is the most important part, really.
Yeah.
There's the only big differences that really is the Rogue stuff and a little bit of the future stuff, apparently.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't
Now
as
you've seen the
in-depth in the
theatrical
original.
one, right? Like a long time ago.
Yeah.
I've never seen the movie. I first time I watched it was with us, when you're at my place, and it wasn't bad. My I don't know, was it just me? Because Rogue Cut's longer, obviously.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or did you ever feel like you wanted it to kind of it felt drawn on a bit, or
There were a few parts. This movie, the base movie, is the same length as Logan.
okay.
And this is the biggest X-Men movie. Like, this is as big as it'll get. I mean,
Yeah.
Apocalypse, you could say, is big, but I mean, that will be in a couple weeks from now. But this is like the movie. When you think of X-Men movies, this is the movie you think of most of the time.
It was good though. I thought every character in it was great.
Because this is the first X-Men movie that deals with Sentinels,
Yeah, I know. I can't believe it took them so
and
long.
the only X-Men movie that deals with.
I can't believe it.
So you get the future with all of the OG X-Men, and then you get your past X-Men, and you were laughing, and you and you got like the gosh, what am I trying to say? The weird future Sentinels, and then the past Sentinels, and it's like this competing story
Yeah.
going on about they need to stop Trask somehow. Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Let me talk about this casting real quick.
Pete.
That was probably the best part of the movie for me, is just him.
I agree completely. I guess he's supposed to be Traska's dad.
Yeah, I think so. The one we see in the original. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like he's not a black dude. No.
But yeah, but also the other Trask, his son, isn't a short person. So I mean, I don't.
Yeah, so I don't.
The timelines are getting.
Yeah, what?
Just don't question it. That's what you got to learn in this universe. But yeah, so they're like they want to go back and kill Trask, but then they're like, well, but killing Trask apparently won't do anything because they're already making the Sentinels with Mystique. Was it Mystique's DNA that they're used to make the Sentinels?
Mystique's DNA is the one that made them like adapt to their powers, which I don't know how that works.
Because she can like transform and like all the stuff. So it like they used her DNA and with technology did some weird stuff. So
that's a good reasoning. I never thought of it.
You get some Iceman in this.
Yeah,
a little bit of Iceman.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Iceman.
And Kitty Pryde, who I thought was gonna die but didn't. So it kind of like does take place. It's like this is like the last movie with those old X-Men.
Yeah.
So it besides I guess Logan, but it really just kind of shuts that door a little bit. Shows like, oh well, in the future Magneto he dies, but he dies saving the world. And saving Professor X and all that.
Yeah.
And obviously we know. I assume it's this. I don't know if Logan takes place in an alternate timeline or not, but I assume this is the same timeline. So obviously we know Professor X ending. So this movie really serves as an ending of that whole section before we move
Yeah.
full on to the future, to the past stuff. Um, it was pretty good. Let me think of a character that really didn't have much to Storm. Let me
Yeah,
talk about Storm.
Storm, yes.
She
So
had
I'm just looking
nothing
at
to
the
do.
map
She was
here.
just there. Obviously, Wolverine, main character of the movie, he was great. I mean, it's Wolverine, so I would hope he's good.
Yeah.
Um, who was Quicksilver? Showed up for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. The thing is, everyone's like, "Yeah, dude, this is like the best Quicksilver they've ever done."
Well,
I'm like, and I
Quicksilver's
expect.
he's back in the next in Apocalypse, and that's where his big cool scene is, where he's saving the people in the
Does he
mansion.
go back to the past in that, or is he
Oh well,
there
he
in the?
was he was already in the past in this movie. They just find him again in Apocalypse.
Oh, in the present.
Well, not well. See, okay, these movies we're in the past now.
Okay.
Quicksilver is in the past.
Yeah.
That's where the Logan gets sent back through like the mind swap, whatever they did. They find him. This is so in Apocalypse they go and find Quicksilver again
In the
because they
present.
need his help. Yes, it would be the present now, but he's still. It's like the movies take place in the past now. We're in the past for the rest of the time.
Yo, no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so for
understand.
them it would be the present.
Yeah, but remember, they went back to like the '80s.
Yeah, and they stay in the 80s. So we go back to
Oh,
see. They go, but the old young Professor X goes and gets. I may be like getting the events wrong, but young Professor X goes and gets Quicksilver,
okay.
brings him to the mansion.
Then how does Wolverine get back into this?
Wolverine does not come back.
Not in Apocalypse?
No, not that I
Really?
know of. I don't think so. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
I'm surprised. I thought they would.
No, it's like Cyclops is in it. He's like the main character, Cyclops. Played by
Not the goat. I
no,
figured.
no. It's not Miles Teller, is it? No. I don't remember who plays him, but um, yeah. So you get some Quicksilver in there. Wanda shows up. This was only in the road cut. Wanda was in it for like a
Yeah.
scene. Um, and yeah, the Rogue was interesting. They were using her. Um, what were they using her powers for? The whole power stealing thing.
They were using
Um,
it for.
they were experimenting on her for something. That's all I remember. And
Yeah.
the government were. And so they needed Rogue because Kitty got hurt by Wolverine because she's like
Yeah.
doing this whole mind
Yeah,
thing.
he's like freaking out.
Yeah, and they had to get Rogue to go and steal Kitty's powers and finish the whole thing on Wolverine.
Iceman
And
died while they're getting there, by the way.
that was so sad.
I wasn't expecting
Cut his
that.
head off, right? Or like something like that.
Yeah, they
Or was that at the beginning? That was the beginning. He melted and
yeah. Beginning they cut his
because we
head
made
off,
the
and
joke that there's just like an
they like
evaporated cloud
melt
inside of the
him.
mansion now.
I was
Yeah,
sad, man.
Iceman
I was like,
dies.
dang, it sucks, you know.
Yeah. Um so eventually, I mean, Magneto obviously has other plans. He's with them the whole time. And you obviously have Mystique and Beast is there and all that stuff. And Magneto eventually gets to the point where he's like, okay, I'm gonna kill I think it was what the president
The
or someone he was trying to kill some I think it was the president.
pretty much the president or just Trask
Yeah,
himself.
because he injected metal into the Sentinels to control
Yeah,
them to kill
that's,
humans. And so I guess he could rule. So
mhm.
obviously you get your Magneto switch there. Doesn't work. Obviously, Professor X gets to him. What did you think of? This is more of a fully realized Magneto now. He's got like the outfit
Yeah.
and everything. I mean, what did you think? What did you think of the characters in the movie? Anything
I mean, there's not
awesome?
one I really, there's not one I hated. I thought Beast was great in it. I actually like him better here than First Class.
Yeah,
I don't know about the design of Beast, but Nicholas
they
Holt,
tried.
that's his name, right? Nicholas Holt.
Yeah,
Him playing as Hank Is that his name? Hank.
Yeah,
I don't know why I feel like it's something
Hank
else.
McCoy.
Hank McCall. Yeah, I like him. He's great. Um, I like to see a depressed Charles Xavier. I think that's always
Yeah,
something nice
who could
nice to see.
walk? Who could walk? And we know we were confused about that.
Yeah,
I
he's
had
like,
to
how's
look it
this dude
up.
walking?
I looked it up, and right when I found the answer, they told it in the movie. I was like,
He
oh,
told in the movie.
it was just
I
because
was
he
gonna give
took
it
that
hope. I was
cure.
like, surely they'll explain it, but
Yeah. And you get that
uh,
really good scene with past Charles talking to future Charles and
yeah,
like through the vision, and he's
mhm,
basically inspiring him. He was like, you gotta be their hope. You can't
yeah.
lose hope
The music
because of what's
Cerebro is
going on.
great. I'd say the only character probably. I mean, I can't really say I didn't like him because they were barely in it. But I wish we. What I should really say is I wish we got more of was definitely Storm and the other X Men from the
Yeah.
future.
And there were some of those X-Men, a lot of characters in this movie will be showing up in Deadpool. I mean, we know that I wish Iceman would. That would be really cool if Iceman shows up at Deadpool, but um
What makes you think
so
that he isn't?
I just haven't heard anything about it. I assume he's not. Warpath, which is the guy with the black face paint, and he's like
Yeah.
the Native American guy. He's supposed to be in it. His stunt double was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I he could
Yeah,
be in
see,
it.
like that was like someone I didn't care for, but I mean, I'm sure if I saw more of them, I'd be like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
But
Um, I mean, it's just like I don't know. I think that might be the only like big one. I don't know if Bishop will be in it or not. We'll just have to see.
mhm,
Personally, I don't know. I really like this movie. Trying to think of. I mean, obviously, the post-credit scene sets up Apocalypse.
yeah,
Which I don't remember much of that movie, so I'm gonna be interested in. Got
I've never seen
Psylocke
it.
in it. Psylocke's in it.
I'm excited for that. I love Psylocke, so I hope they.
Yeah, Olivia Munn plays her.
Mhm. Is
Um,
Jubilee's in it as well, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but she doesn't do much.
Oh, all right.
She's
So
kind of
like
just there.
Rogue. So it's kind
Yeah,
of like Rogue. And,
yeah, pretty much.
all right.
Um, yeah, I think you'll like parts of Apocalypse. Some parts you probably won't. Um, and Wolverine could be in it. I don't think he is, but he could be. There's a
Surely
possibility.
he's in it.
I don't think here. I can look this up real quick. So I have my phone right
Can
here.
I feel like they just used him in every movie?
No, I know he's not in
I know he's not in
Dark
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is Wolverine in X-Men Apocalypse? Um. Oh, that's this movie.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Um.
Oh no.
You know what I should say? Weapon X program. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Interesting.
That's
So do they
that's
go
all I'll
back to
say.
the past from in the
You
past?
like that one design of Wolverine
Oh, where he's
with
naked with the
sort of
metal helmet?
that time period, that part
Mm.
in Apocalypse. That's all I'll
He
say.
doesn't even wear that in the Origins movie.
That's
Which
where the timelines get confusing. I'll just
God dang it. Oh, that's this movie. That's fine. All right.
yeah, it's rough.
Oh
But
no.
it's something. Anyway,
Luckily next week is Deadpool, and you're actually will see me in my hotel room
there you go.
when we record, so that should be interesting.
Yes. So there's some good stuff next week. We get to make fun of the timelines.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I mean overall though, I think this was a pretty good movie. I think this is my favorite. This or X2, it's kind of a toss up for me. Um, but I think this one felt like a new X-Men movie. You know, like the other ones
Yeah.
have been kind of grainy looking. Even First Class, it was a little like
It felt like an old school Marvel movie.
yeah, this feels like one of those like modern like this came out during Winter Soldier, I think, Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, this what year did this come out? 2015?
2014, I want to say.
Because I know at the end of
Or it should say
Amazing
in the
Spider
trademark at the bottom.
uh, uh 20 I think it came out 2014 and then like the road cut came out in 2015 because it has both 14 and 15 on here.
And the road cut, I didn't really see if you would have showed me this, that to me it was a road cut, I would have thought this was the actual movie.
Yeah, because
Because it
Rogue's in it for
really
like not even that long.
no,
I
and
was thinking like the whole
it
movie
didn't
was the same,
feel
but it had
like
that little escape part with Rogue,
it
and
didn't
that was it.
feel any different, like any like I was watching deleted scenes. It was like fully
Hmm.
edited.
So I guess that was the original movie, but I guess they just
There
felt like
were
it was.
15 minutes of extra scenes added.
Yeah, I mean, because I felt like it kind of just dragged on sometimes. I'm just like, all right, that's. There was points I just kind of wanted it to end, and it's not even like I was even bored or anything. I was like, I kind of want this to kind of start wrapping up.
Yeah.
My
One thing I will say, and then not to cut you off,
okay.
um, I think this is funny. I've been thinking about this. The Wolverine from that Earth. Well, no, that wouldn't have worked. Stryker gets him at the end, and that's how they set up the whole like Stryker getting Wolverine.
Yeah,
Which is not how it happened in the other movies, but whatever.
yeah.
I guess X-Men Origins Wolverine is technically not canon. Anyway, it's you imagine this Wolverine. He gets like the metal put in his body, and he's sunk to the bottom of the water. Imagine
Yeah.
that Wolverine wakes up during that. Or it's just like underwater.
Yeah, yeah.
That I've been thinking about that all week. I'm like, that would must be like the most insane thing. Obviously, that didn't happen, but I don't know. That was just like a thing I was thinking about. Strange.
Because my dude, like, imagine he fell asleep with the mob boss's daughter in
Yeah.
bed,
Which
then
that was a
wakes up.
deleted scene. That was a deleted scene.
Really, that
That was
was.
part of the road cut. That whole point thing didn't
I
happen.
didn't know that. All right,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool though. Man, that's a cool scene. I wonder where they cut that. Anyways, he goes to sleep with the mob boss's daughter. Next thing you know, he's in like a Capitol building with people he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Closes his eyes, wakes up. He has metal all over his body and was in the ocean.
That's a that's a that's a day for
That's a
sure.
day.
That yeah. But yeah, overall though, I think I enjoyed the movie quite a
I did
bit.
too. Um,
I probably want to watch the theatrical version at some point.
we feel more we sound more lively than the Wolverine review.
I wonder why. Well,
Yeah,
that's
that
also
movie.
because we recorded that immediately after we watched it, and that was like
Yeah, thank God we didn't do this one. We probably
long.
would have sounded worse because we had to. We were
Yeah.
we were we were
Had to
short.
record two things. We were supposed to record this the same night, but then because it was late, we were just like, we'll just do it
It was late and the battery
another
on the.
time. And then we ended up doing it a whole day late than when the episode was supposed to come
Lord.
out. Yeah, it's rough out here. Anyway, I guess we go ahead and get to rating X-Men Days of Future Past. Honestly, I'm giving this movie an 8.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. A solid 8. I don't want to go higher or too low. I think 7.5 is way too low, and 8.5 is too high.
The
Maybe if I
road cut
watched the
specifically an 8. The
road
road
cut
cut specifically.
specifically, yeah, maybe if I watched the regular, I might give it like an 8.5. It feels too long, but I get it's a extended cut, so I can't really
Yeah, we
knock it
watched
for
the
that.
Zack Snyder's Justice League of X-Men.
I need to hear a whole review of that again, and then that's a reheated I would like to do. Maybe we'll do it after this. Yeah, if
Oh,
there's nothing else.
I
I know we're tight on our plate right now, but maybe
yeah.
after X-Men Mayhem, we might go back to Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Lord help me.
Um, I'm fine with a solid 8 though.
So 8's all around. Yeah, and I think that'll be it for this review. Next week we got Deadpool.
Mhm.
And just for a rundown right after that, because we don't have much left. After Deadpool, it's X-Men Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix, The New Mutants, Logan, and then Deadpool 2. Never seen two of those, which would be New Mutants and Dark Phoenix. I haven't seen
Yeah,
those, but
same here. I've seen Logan, Deadpool 2.
Logan is. Oh, I watched Logan the other
Logan's
day.
great. Logan's great. I wish I
That's a
saw it
good
in
movie.
theaters, but
Yeah.
I didn't, unfortunately.
So that's the
Um,
plan, and then Deadpool 3 will be the exact Wednesday after that. So you have something to look forward to there.
yeah.
In the meantime, thank you all so much for joining us for this one. And just wanted to let you guys know again that there is no episode this upcoming week. I said it on my stream, saying it now.
Yeah.
Landon will be off in
Florida.
Florida.
So
I was about to say
if you live,
fairy
well,
tale
if you live in
land, but I
Florida,
guess
come say hey to me. I'll sign your,
yeah, there you
left
go.
cheek or something.
Yeah, sure.
Or,
And we dropped it. Okay.
all
And
right.
also I will be in Charlotte at Heroes Con all weekend. At table AA14. I'll be there with friend of the show John Spillman as
Yeah.
he's selling his class's comic book. Go check that out, and also meet me.
Which
I'll
is
give
a
you
Days of Future Past cover on it. So
yeah, there
go
you go.
buy it. Go check it out.
And I will. You come meet me. We can get a picture if you want or something. I don't know. And then
Who cares?
and then
Darren's
I got
willing,
these
we're doing it, we'll do
little
anything.
collectible card things you can have, and I got a sign up sheet. Someone can sign their name and get a shout out on that next week's episode.
Yep.
So that's exciting. And definitely go check that out. Be at Heroes Con in Charlotte, 14th through the 16th. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and go, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.
See ya.